Hi there. I'm Martin Wallace, also known as Martian Walrus. And I'm doing a little series here that may end up being a longer series called Master of None. Yeah, so, I have no idea what I'm doing. I often feel like I really don't know what I'm doing, and that's part of the point. So I've worked to master a number of skills ranging from playing the piano to brushing my teeth. Yeah, okay, brushing your teeth. That sounds like a pretty obvious thing, but dentists send you home assuming you know how to brush your teeth, and you come in, they keep finding stuff on your teeth. So obviously, a lot of us haven't really mastered that skill yet, but we don't think of it as a skill to master necessarily. So that's also part of why I'm doing this series, is to sort of take a closer look at some of the things that are skills that we don't necessarily think of skills that we need to master, or things that we think we've already mastered, and see, well, if we take a closer look, what we have to say about it. Mastery, though, it seems like it's something that's an elusive state. I'm reading off of a script here, so paying attention to me looking to the side there. It seems like a state that's ultimately unattainable. Whenever I get to a point where I think, I finally got it, usually I discover that there's still something else I have to learn about whatever skill it is I'm working on. So, for example, if I'm learning a new piece, say a Bach prelude or fugue, I'll work my way to the point where I've learned all of the notes, and I've memorized the tune, and I can play it without error. And yet, in spite of all this, there's still more I could do. For instance, now I'm looking more at, can I play these tunes in every key? Can I improvise over the chord progressions? Do I even know what the chord progressions are? So I'm constantly finding out that I get to a point where, oh, yeah, I'm still not done. Still haven't really mastered it. So mastery seems to suggest a state of being that exists in theory, but it's never reached in practice. Or maybe there are different plateaus of mastery. Or maybe mastery is simply an acceptance among all practitioners of a certain skill at a certain level of ability beyond which only masters are capable of working. The dictionary says many things about masters. The first has to do with having another being subject to one's will. But the definition closest to what I'm pursuing, mastery, is one, especially an artist, a master is one, especially an artist who has attained great skill in the use of anything, as a master of oratory. Also, a workman so proficient as to follow his trade independently and teach apprentices. Well, I don't do that, but it's kind of funny that when I opened the dictionary, and yes, I actually had a real dictionary that I opened, and there were pages and everything. It fell open to the page with Jack, which is actually where this all started in my mind. Jack of all trades, master of none. I found this word has 13 different noun definitions and 2 different verb definitions. The ones that seemed closest to what I was looking for were under the second definition. A man of the common people. That might be debatable, but I'm fairly common. B, a sailor. And C, a doer of odd jobs. I'm a doer of odd jobs, and that's true. Okay, so maybe not so much the first one, but anyway, I like the second one, and I feel as though I am a sailor on a ship sometimes, navigating various hazards and occasionally visiting remote places and seeing some incredible sunrises and sunsets. Yes, there's some occasional storms, some worse than others. And certainly I'm not always happy with my superiors, and I'm, maybe I'm more a man of the common people than not, though I'm not sure that's so. But the last one, doer of odd jobs, that's definitely me. I am a doer of odd jobs for sure. And that brings me to the point of this video blog. I am video log, whatever. I am a master of none, at least. That's how I feel. And yet I am striving as much as I can to master the various elements involved in living a right life. And there are so many elements to be mastered. Some are fairly mundane, like how to keep my checkbook balanced or organize my workspace. And maybe that's not such a mundane thing as it seems, but it's one of those things you don't want to necessarily pay a lot of attention to. And some are more complex, like how to develop my career as a musician while also overcoming my fear of performing music. How to make a compelling video. How to build and maintain a website. How to incorporate the daily duties of the household without becoming completely overwhelmed by them. How to overcome the urge to avoid the things I don't like to do or that I'm bad at, which is a kind of a chronic one, and so on. So as I begin this part of my voyage, I'll be making videos in which I share some of the things I know how to do, while also asking you to give me feedback where I'm getting stuck, or just sharing places where you also get stuck and sympathizing. Maybe you'll learn something from what I'm doing, and maybe I'm also helping you, and you'll be able to give me some pointers when it comes to the struggles you may have overcome on some of the same tasks. So, mastery. Each of us may be masters of a particular skill or skills in our own lives, but most of us, I think, are jacks of many other things that we'd like to get better at. So, there you have it. I hope you'll join me on this voyage.